Hey, this is Thor. Today I'm going to share my build for the mid-end game, Thunder Blood Huntress. I am level 85 Amazon and I have no problem navigating T15 maps with this build. It is a fun blend of bleeding melee attack and lightning ranged attack while relying on Leech, block and damage avoid as defense. By the way, this is a very simple build that is easy to understand. No friends in charge, no critical hit, no complex stuff. Let's get started. First, let's talk about attack. So as you can see, I only use 4 skills in total, and mainly use 2 of them on mapping, which is Rake and Lightning Spear. So my right click is Rake and my left click is Lighting Spear. So for Rake, it is a melee attack, and it's a kind of a small range of AoE, but it can be boosted into a larger range of AoE every 6 seconds by this ancestral call. So with this one, it actually gives us a large range when we actually use this hit, and it is guaranteed to inflict bleeding on hit. So this is a damaging element, which we just scale it as a normal damaging element. Nothing really that special, like basically this branch and this branch. So for this branch we can see increase magnitude of it, magnitude and duration, a lot of magnitude and duration. And this branch deal faster, this damaging element, faster, more faster. And this branch basically chance to inflict that we probably don't really need, but the magnitude, more magnitude. So basically this 2 branch or this 3 branch, it guarantees that our bleeding is very effective. For Lightning Spear, this is actually used as a combo with Rake. So basically I use Rake to close a gap and cause bleeding, and ideally it should be ancestral boosted, so it causes a larger range of bleeding, and then I throw Lightning Spear, and that will basically clear the whole screen. The reason it will clear whole screen because I got this Volt support gem. So basically the Lightning Spear with this Volt, it fork and it's chain, so and it just so much damage around the screen, worldwide, screen wide. But I have to mention that I actually enabled 3 Herald. I think that's also part of this full screen wide clear. So Herald of Thunder is basically used very close with this Lightning Spear. They have a really good synergy, like lightning stuff. Herald of Ash is it's kind of like as a support skill that helps do the clear. And Herald of Blood, typically the same, but there is one more special thing on here, is we got I don't know how to pronounce it, this one. I just call it as blood crystals. So actually when some skill with this support gem hit the enemies, it actually create a few the blood crystals, and they will explode like in about 1.5 seconds and deal the damaging after they consume the bleeding. So they will actually deal the damage depending on how much bleeding that you cause to the enemy. And this is basically it for the normal skills. I have 2 skills that only used on boss fight. One is this mark, Bloodhound mark. So basically, when starting boss fight, I always apply this mark to the boss, and actually, the difference is huge. Boss will get heavy stunned much faster with this mark compared to without this mark. It gives me a lot more time to actually, not a lot more chance to actually attack the boss with its being heavy stunned, that kind of stuff. And this blood hunt, it's sort of the last hit, so it will consume bleeding and deal a percentage of damage to the boss based on the life loss due to the bleeding. It's mainly used as a last strike. In order to scale this damage, actually this is a key that hidden from my how do I say, the equipment. So I got this unique helmet which count every enemy in my presence as low life, and we can find a lot of nodes that actually can deal extra damage or increase damage to the low life enemies. So these small nodes, they give me 30% more, 30%, 30%, 30%, 30%, and this one gives me 60%, and also 30%, 30%. So there are a lot in this group. Also, this group is more, it's insanely 120 increase, like 120, 30, 30. So in total, like it's add up so much. So basically it. Apart from that, these are just like normal scaling stuff, like more. This is 100 weapon, and attack damage. This one give me like increased damage when affected by Herald, and basically this one especially 50% of increase in lightning damage when I have Thunder, the Herald of Thunder. There is a special synergy between the Rake and the Lightning Spear because one is melee and one is projectile. So if I use them as a mix, I got 30% increase for each of them because of this node. So I think this is basically the offense attack part of things. Oh, actually there's one more. There are two very specific nodes I add to increase presence area of effect. This is because the enemies will only get encountered as low life in the range of presence, and this helmet actually reduced my presence area of effect. So I actually need to get it back somehow. Otherwise, the range of counting enemies as low life is too small. So this is actually making a difference. That's about the attack. Defense is also interesting. I'm actually using Leech. So as you could see, I have about 20% life leech from physical attack and 10% of mana leech from physical attack. So as long as I keep attacking, the recovery for both of my life and the mana is basically fine, and especially life. It's very effective basically, and in terms of helping surviving in the mapping. there is a very special node I have to mention, which is this one that allows life leech also based on elemental damage as well as physical damage. To be honest, without this node, I don't think this build can ever work, because the damage source, only Rake is doing physical damage, while Lighting Spear, a lot of them actually lighting damage. If I cannot get life leech from this, it will be a problem, or it was a problem when I leveling up. But with this node, super good. Also, speaking of leech mana, there's another very special node here that can make me unaffected by chill while leeching mana. So that is also very important, because a lot of monsters in the map actually have cold damage that can chill me, and chill basically means I'm going to be slowed down. And slowed down means I have less frequency of attack, I'm less effective on leeching, that kind of stuff. But with this node, if I'm not getting slowed, that's not a problem. So like even if the enemies are having some cold damage, and I also have a charm that actually preventing being frozen once. So technically speaking, that makes the leech a viable solution in terms of survivability, or as a defense layer. And block is my next source of defense. You can see I'm actually maxed out, but this maxed out is not because I add a lot of node. It's mainly because I add a keystone. This one doubled my block chance, but I have to take 50% of damage from the blocked hits. This is not actually a problem with such high life leech. So technically speaking, it's not even noticeable a lot of time during mapping. You can see there's a lot of synergy in between this block and leech here. And I also have another special source of defense layer, which is this unique armor. What it do is it gives me 40% of chance to avoid physical damage from hits, and 60 about 40% chance to avoid chaos damage from hit as well. The physical damage avoid is particularly important because I don't have a lot of armor, and actually armor is not that effective anyway. So this flat chance to avoid damage makes a lot of difference, especially considering the physical damage, and alongside with our block that actually half the damage, that does give a lot better survivability. Even though I don't have a lot of armor, I don't have a lot of evasion, just based on the block and damage avoid, it's generally fine. It's not that perfect, I would say. This season is not like last season. It's kind of like I can stack a lot of things to be super survivable, super safe. But this time it's kind of like, well, it works. Probably I could just put it here. It's kind of like, yeah, it works. A quality of life thing I would like to say is these nodes that allow life flask to recover mana, and mana flask also recover life. This is very effective against the Soul Eater when I see this rare monsters with that aura, because all my skills are like they need to use mana, and if my mana drained I have to refill them very fast, and I don't really have very fast operation reaction. So if I just can focus on using my life flask that I bind to spacebar, that would be much easier for me. So this is reason one. When I fight against the Soul Eater, I'm still safe because my life flask, if I just press spacebar, it also recover my mana, and I can keep attacking, kill that, and then save. Another reason is I used to use unique mana flask in the last season, which can recover the full mana regardless how much it is. So I don't know how it works with this nodes yet, but I'm considering buying it and probably give it a try. If that works, it could make me think like I will have actually two life flasks that actually can recover the full nearly the full life. If that's the case, I'm not sure. Other small quality of life changes or passives are this skill speed and movement speed. Well, I don't think there's nothing there's anything special to it. It's just kind of like, well, if have some nodes, it makes the mapping experience quite different. Yeah, so currently that's all I got. I didn't optimize it to the full potential, and as you can see, I'm just only 85 level 85, so there's still a long journey to go to the further end game. So now it's just a mid end game. I feel this build seems to be working fine, so share it would be something I would like to do, rather than wait until later. Well, probably I still will do updates later if I got some new findings. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching.